Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the Bash at Bristol. This 200 lap affair here tonight for the Nationwide Truck Series is ready to go. Green flag racing right now. Everybody getting lined up, ready to go. That's going to be Tim, Aiden, John right there as well. Raja there in line. All these beautiful trucks here tonight. Taking a look at Ty Smith back there as well as Brad. Then it's going to be Brian Brooks back here. Tracy 21st here tonight. A bunch of beautiful trucks here ready to go for the upcoming 200 laps. Again, 200 laps here tonight as we are ready to go. And you see that front row, the way they set. And again, we're going to have a long one here tonight. This one should be fun. Let's get ready to do it. Thank you for everyone joining us here for the Bristol 200. Taking a look here, Clayton there as well, Nicholas, John Spaskett, Jimmy. There's Eddie Scott there, John Russo, Dustin Stevens, Raja there as well, Floyd Stewart back there in line, Ty Smith. Here comes Ryan Jones back there, Brad Wilson, Jocelyn 19th, Brian Brooks in 20th. 21st here tonight, Tracy Bethel. So keep in mind that we are ready to go 200 laps in Bristol. So ready to go. The 7 will pull out. And again, this should be a great 200 lap affair. Field down the back straight away here tonight. Field ready to go. There's Aiden. There's Tim. Here comes Clayton. John there as well. Tim out front ready to go to green. The Bristol Bash 200 here tonight is ready to go. Let's get ready to do it the Bristol Bash style. Ready to rock and roll. Through turn number 3 and 4. Ready to go here tonight once again. Man, this field is ready. I hope everybody here tonight is expecting a fun one here as the field comes to green. And again, 200 laps tonight. Going to be a doozy. Field through 3 and 4. Let's get ready to do it the Bristol Bash style. Ready to go.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're rolling in Bristol. Thank you, everybody, for coming out here as we are rolling our way through. Back up to speed once again. So again, right now, everybody going to go 2 by 2. Tim up there. We got a caution on the racetrack. One car around. Let's take a look. The 77 gonna go for a ride here. Caution out here. That's Eddie going around. And yellow fever. Taking a look here. There we go. So Eddie gonna lose the truck. So let's see here. First time here tonight. We're going to go under yellow. So for the first caution here, it was Eddie losing that truck that brought the caution out here as we are getting ready to get back at it. Again, Bristol Motor Speedway, this place, an absolute handful. It is Tim gonna roll to the bottom. Aiden there, everybody getting called up. Scott there as well. So again, 3 laps on the board of the scheduled 200. Already caution on the racetrack. So what do you do here working lap number 4 of 200 here tonight. So we will get ready for yet another restart here. Switch tire, yellow flag here early tonight. So take a look, they'll work their way out here. We'll see what we got. All right, that's Scott. That is Tim. The 7 right there. Here comes Aiden to the outside. So he'll get up there on the outside here. Taking a look at Dustin Stevens, Floyd, Ryan there as well with Russell right there in the mix. What about Floyd Stewart? Floyd there in the NOS Energy Drink Machine. Not easy when you have a first yellow like that. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're back underway in Bristol. Sorry about that. Back at you right now. Phil gonna work their way through. Tim out front. There's Tim leading. Aiden right there behind them, taking a look. John trying to hold on. There's the move by the 00 underneath. He'll make a move to the bottom, make it work. The 18 of Jimmy. We got a caution. Looks like Floyd may have had a boo-boo. Let's take a look at what happened here. Truck just comes around. Everybody scrambles, one in the wall. Caution out yet again. Unfortunate there. Floyd gonna be the first one of the first ones around here. Unfortunate. So Floyd around. Everybody will get caught back up 8 laps on the board as Floyd loses the back of that truck. Ready to go. And we'll see what we can come up with. Ready to go. The field ready to rock and roll here, getting ready to go once again. So we'll take a look here. 10 laps on the board at 200 here tonight. Yellow flag back out. Tim continuing to lead. Aiden there alongside, ready to go. We're ready to go racing one more time here in Bristol. Field will roll off. Once again, coming to green in the air. Let's go. We're racing yet again in Bristol. Tim out front leading. Here comes Aiden. Here they come with John behind them, digging down into 3. The 8 up at the hill, giving some room. That's actually the 18 of Jimmy. Out of shape up top. He'll hang on. Everybody digging right now for all it's worth here tonight. Field down through the back 3 and 4. About set the back straightaway. They'll work their way by. Figure it out yet again. So again, we're working early. 13 laps on the board of 200 here tonight. We got another problem. Problems at the back. Take a look here. Oh, Floyd. And caution back out. We got another one in the wall. That's Tracy. Some guys having some problems. Both cars out of shape. Tracy gonna get the worst of it here. Caution on the racetrack. So again, the Bash at Bristol 200 back under yellow at lap 14. Tim continuing to lead right now. All right, let's see. Hey, Floyd, not the way you guys wanted to start the night up there.
No, not at all, buddy. I cannot keep my tires under me. I don't know what's going on here. I get a couple good laps and then it just spins. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm working here, but not the way I wanted to start this night off.
Yep,
Not spinning twice.
Looks like the trucks are just slip sliding away.
Yeah, they are. This track's real loose.
All righty.
So,
all righty. Well, hope we can get a hold of it, buddy.
yep. I appreciate it. I'm gonna do what I can here.
10-4. All right, we're ready to go back to green. Tim right there alongside. Raja there as well. Ready to go. Jimmy there in the mix also. 16 laps on the board of the scheduled 200 here in the Bristol 200 for the Nationwide Truck Series. Ready to come to green this time by field. Ready to go. The 7, the 51. Double file. Let's go. Back at it in Tennessee.
Green flag, green flag.
Everybody back at it. The 7 gonna lead. Aiden down to second. Here we go. Truck's gonna be 2 by 2 behind them. Paddling it down the back straightaway. There's John. There's Dustin inside the top 9. Robert. Then Weevil, Ryan Jones, Scott there as well. All lined up, continuing to roll. Nice work. You can see Eddie Floyd back here trying to pick that NOS Energy Drink truck up. Taking a look through the field. Dustin up there in the 8th. Robert there as well. Russell, John. Interesting night so far. Jimmy, Raja there. What are you doing? How do you get there? That's the question. 19 trucks here rolling around here right now. Man, oh my. Brian, Ryan, Robert, Raja right there, John, Jimmy there as well, trying to dig that truck through. But it's Tim leading early in the Mammoth Machine out front. Down the front straightaway yet again, just 23 laps in. Trouble, turn number 4. John sideways, caution's out. Taking a look at that truck. Man. What a slide. Caution back out, lap 24. We got a little ways to go here. So 24 in, another caution on the racetrack. Oh boy. If we can take a look at what happened here tonight. So again, so truck's gonna roll around here back under yellow. And we'll look for the restart here in just a moment. All of these trucks got to get it kind of wound up, figured out what they needed to do. So we're looking for what should be a heck of a restart in a moment. So 25 on the board, 26 this time by. Ready to go. Tim right there, ready to rock and roll. Aiden alongside, ready to go. Coming to green this time by 2x2. Bristol 200 here tonight. Aiden right there as well. Green flag in the air. 27 on the board. Tim continuing to lead out front. Here comes Aiden. Here comes Nicholas. Robert, John, Brian back here, 2x2. There's Eddie trying to pick through the traffic. Really, really interesting trying to pick their way through. 30 laps on the board. So again, what do you do here? A little wiggle behind them. Tracy back there. So again, right now, 30 laps in. Jimmy up to fourth. It's Tim continuing to lead. Aiden the giving chase. Caution on the racetrack yet again. Let's find it here. Let's try to figure out what we got going on. Somebody made a boo-boo somewhere. Oh, that was John. That's the problem. Stacked up here. Take a look. 2x2. Over. Oh, got doored into the inside wall. Caution on the racetrack. All right, caution back out here tonight. Working lap 32 at 200. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, ready to go once again. We're ready to go. Green flag racing one more time here tonight. So we'll get them doubled up, ready to go. Still very early on in this when we've seen Tim hold the lead early here tonight pretty well. We'll see if he can manage to keep that truck up front or if somebody can challenge him here. We've had a couple of yellows early that slowed us here in Thunder Valley. And the downturn for Jocelyn continues. 25 laps down right now. These short tracks just not her thing. Ready to go. Green flag in the air. Back underway. Aiden out there as well. Coming back to green one more time. Tim continuing to lead. He'll work the bottom. Aiden. Nicholas. Taking a look at Tim out front, trying to run the low line. He's got the 51 of Aiden all over him. Aiden gonna try to cross it up, not enough. He'll try to get it underneath. Dig for all it's worth. Right to the bottom he goes, 2 by 2. Nice work here. 38 on the board. There we go. Digging down the front here, single file.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution on the racetrack.
With you momentarily. I'm just putting the finishing touches on everything on my end, and I will be ready to call this thing here in about 2 minutes with you.
10-4 as we got calamity in Bristol again. Another one around, and imagine that. Caution at Bristol. Who would have thought it? Take a look here. Truck gonna just be like, nope. Loses the back end. Here he goes. And somewhat stops. And caution out. So we'll go to commercial break when we come back. We'll be back live at Bristol. All right, and we're back with the little bird and big bird, the pterodactyl getting in here. 52 on the board, Matt. We're ready to go. Tim out front.
Green, green, green.
Stomp on that well pedal. Let's go. Damn. Nice restart there, Matt. Damn. Tim gone. Jimmy.
That was magnificent footwork by that driver.
Yeah, to get up through the gears, get the truck hooked up and go. That's one of the hardest things to do, right? Hey, trouble. Oh, fuck. Well,
Like Darrell Waltrip always said, Matt, cautions breed cautions as the yellow flag reigns supreme here at the last great Coliseum. Yellow flag conditions. Once again, we got to slow them back down, re-rack them, and restack them. But before we get to that, Matt, what looks like went wrong out there on the racetrack?
Well, looks like somebody slipped on banana peel and lost it. Let's take a look. That would be Robert Weevil, and Robert just lost the back of the truck, and unfortunately, about 5 trucks ARCA break their way into it. So that's what happened. A Charlie Foxtrot has occurred.
Charlie Foxtrot. Well, you might as well throw in a uniform Delta and Kilo in there.
Right.
Like the song The Bloodhound game back in the day. I'm sure you remember that. But taking a closer look at this, Matt, this reminds me of classic Bristol doing what Bristol does. Sometimes you hate to see these caution flags when you're in the middle of a stint, because what does that do? That repacks all the competition basically on top of each other. You can pitch a blanket over top of these guys on a restart. If one person has a miscue like we've seen there, all the guys behind them, they're hot, they're heavy, they're ready to get back going. They're hard on the loud pedal, and they're not anticipating to have to check up like that. And when that situation transpires on the racetrack, you see some unfortunate casualties, or in this case, ARCA braking, as you mentioned. Classic case of why Bristol is such a tough and difficult racetrack right here.
This place is no joke. Every time we come here, man, no matter what series it's at, whether it's here on Extreme Sim TV, whether it's over there on Red Line, this place is just a hard racetrack. I mean, it's craziness.
It is, and I think a lot of drivers, especially if you don't run this place a lot like I do, I avoid this place like the plague, not because I don't like it, because it just bleeds IR and SR. But when I do come here and run, I forget just how much respect you have to have for this track as a driver, because you make one slip and it will bite you. It'll bite you hard, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And we saw it last Sunday too, right? Right back here at Bristol, 500 laps that we ran. It was just a rough night for everybody to even get through that one. And we're seeing it tonight in the truck. You'll see it in an Xfinity car. You'll see anything that runs here. It's just a hard racetrack to get around.
It is, and I'll tell you what else is giving us a hard time right now. iRacing getting connected to this lobby. I'm going to have to do a quick restart, Matt, so I can get in. It's not letting me in as a spectator, but I think I know why. So give me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back with you.
Yes, sir. And the Big Bird will be back. Big Bird had to go feed his Big Bird self. Green flag in the air. Let's go. 58 on the board. We're back at it here tonight. Nice work into the corner. Nice job. Tim going to lead. Nicholas there behind him. 60, Jimmy there as well. Here comes Dustin. And Floyd Stewart trying to get through also. There's Floyd. Brad, John, Tracy Bethel back here trying to move. John there as well. One car in the wall up top. Everybody scrambles by. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get into a rhythm here. There's the 57 camp. Big check up there off of turn 4. Everybody scrambling to the bottom, trying to get down there. Tim checking out. Austin in the booth with us as well. What's up, Austin?
What's up, Matt? Just coming in here to see how you're commentating the race, man. It's been a kind of a stop-and-go race, but excited to get some laps on the board here.
Yeah, me and the Big Bird here looking to see if we can get a little bit of laps on the board here. Nicholas down here as well with Jimmy. But if these guys can just get some laps going here, get some heat and tires, get rolling here, it won't be such a problem. But that seems to be the issue here tonight, is just getting these tires heated up, get the track warmed up enough, and really get hooked up. Floyd Stewart right there working the bottom. You really got to let that truck roll to the center of the racetrack to really get that thing to turn and cut to the bottom the best you can.
Oh, one car spins on the backstretch. Sorry to interrupt you there, Matt. That's Jimmy Gackus in the 18, I believe. Oh, and another truck piles in late on to the accident scene.
Oh, that's a cluster. Oh, God, they're still wrecking.
2 more in and after we approach the yellow ARCA brakes at its finest.
Holy crap, we've seen ARCA brakes all night. You know, I think the yellow light usually means slow down, just saying. I mean, I'm not an expert, but, you know. Yeah, he just lost it, and then here comes everybody else.
Yeah, Jimmy Gackus actually lost it off of turn turn 2,
Oh,
spinning out all
damn.
by himself on the backstretch. And there was a secondary incident. I don't know who got into it, but late on, after the yellow had already been out for a while, so it's the 57 also spun out as well. The 77 got a little bit of damage there. The 53 was in it. The 42 was in it. Just an absolute cluster on the backstretch.
Better off asking who's not in it there as the yellow
That'd be
flag
easier to
comes
tell
out.
you.
Yeah, for real. And update for John is out of this race 35 laps down right now. Jocelyn 24 laps down in 19th. Robert there is back on the lead lap. That's Weevil. So it's going to be one of them up and down nights. The yellows has kind of kept the amount of cars on the lead lap up a little bit here compared to normal.
Yeah, the yellows are definitely going to help out with our lucky dog rule around here. I know that Jocelyn is over 20 laps down and has gotten multiple laps back already through the yellow. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes and who goes throughout the course of this race. I don't believe most of the field is pit for taking tires yet. I think all of the top 5 are stayed out so far.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much stayed out here. And Matt, we've seen it over in our world, right? Tire strategy can become a thing here. If he's still there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm absolutely still here. I didn't want to cut you guys off when you were trading it back and forth, but tire strategy always an important factor here at Bristol. The wild card when you get these short stints like we're seeing right now, you get a couple green flag laps in caution, that really starts to open up the Houdini's box, I like to call it. Who wants to try to get off strategy? Perhaps you don't have the pace of some of these front runners, but if you can find a good alternate strategy to sneak down pit road and maybe luck's on your side, you get a caution, or you run just that right amount of laps that makes everyone, like he said, into the top 5 come down, instantly gain a big chunk of track position out on the racetrack, and suddenly you're in fresh air. Obviously, that's going to be important. Even though we're at lower speeds here, fresh air is still a big part of the keys to success, in my opinion, here at Bristol. And the next thing you know, you're out there running some of the best laps of the race. Could potentially use that momentum to punch yourself a ticket inside the top 5, whereas you didn't utilize that strategy. You're still back there in the rear with the gear, fighting the good fight all race long, struggling to gain those positions on the racetrack. So this place always, just about anywhere you go, you can utilize that strategy if you're willing to roll the dice, that is.
Yes, it is.
And it's worth noting that we've seen guys in the front of the field leading with that clean air and struggling. Aiden got loose all by himself after taking the lead a couple laps ago. So just a very cold track today, just with how the temperature is set up on this simulation. So it's got to be, you got to have those tires heated, and these caution laps that are cycling the tire temps are not going to help.
No, they're not, but I'll tell you what is helping. That's Tim out front. He is gone yet again, guys, on the restart. Now, we're working lap 71. You guys were talking tires. Yes, 71 laps technically, but how many of those is under yellow? And, that plays in to how you can conserve your tires.
It was a great save from Dustin Stevens last lap coming across the front stretch. Got a little bit loose out of 4, slid that truck almost to the white paint on the wall, saved it, coiled it up back in 1 and 2, was able to rejoin around the 8th position.
He rejoins back in. There's Nicholas there as well, and they are all over one another. That's it. Wawa machine up top to 6, squeaking by. And Mettler, we all love Wawa here, but he is going to have to really pick it up here because I'm noticing this groove is starting to move higher and higher and higher, especially mid-pack.
Yeah, especially as the Wawa man. Does he have the plan, right? 5 minutes in and out of there with a nice fresh pizza, but that's irrelevant right now as this racetrack
spins fighting against him. That's Brad Wilson in the 83 car. He's had struggles today, involved in our last accident, and unfortunately he's going to spin it out again where he spun last time. No damage to the front of that car, maybe slight damage on the front, Doesn't look like anything serious though.
Yeah, he was able to keep it clean. Well, Mettler doesn't look like Wawa worked out very well there. Well, it did, but it didn't.
The broadcaster's curse is very strong with me, and as we know, a lot of times I talk about any individual on the racetrack, bad things happen, and here's another perfect example of Matt invoking the broadcaster's curse out there on the Wawa machine. Getting back to the tire conversation, I still think cold tires in these rather less than optimal track temperatures. Perhaps that could have still been a factor here, as we barely really have run any green flag laps, within the last, 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, air temp right now is 68 degrees. Track temp low at a 70-degree temp. That's really low for a racetrack, guys. That's down there.
Right. And the only way you're going to put temperature in those tires out there generating heat, so obviously higher speeds, that's going to generate heat in the tires, heat off those engines. But when you're running around here just basically idling, you're not going to put any heat in these tires. And it takes a couple laps to get some heat into these tires. A lot different than when you're under, the summertime conditions with the sun banking down on the concrete. A lot of times you got to have patience, and just remember that as a driver in the back of your mind before you really lay on the loud pedal, because you'll have those incidences where you'll use self-single truck spin, or in other instances on the racetrack, it's 2x2 side by side battling it out, and you go to rolling the throttle just a little bit harder. That rear end grip isn't there, and around she's going to go on you.
Yes,
you mentioned
sir.
the single car spin, and I want to give a quick shout out. Laney, we saw him spin from the lead, took fresh tires about 10 laps ago. We've only had a few green flag laps. He has climbed all the way back up to the 4th position on far fresher tires than the guys in front of him. So it could be a good fight between him and Fielder to see who can win out this race, as we're not even halfway yet.
Yeah, we're not even halfway. Your point is valid, right? He got those tires. It has helped him here. He's back into third for the restart, scoring him third here, and Clayton there as well. So I think that's going to help a ton. But as you say, Mr. Metler, we're about to pound the tires yet again.
Are out on that iRacing.com truck, 2x2 side by side, racked and stacked, ready to go back to the green flag side of things here from the last great Coliseum as they work their way through the turns 3 and 4 complex, getting ready to lose that iRacing.com pace truck. There he goes, and here we go.
Green.
It's about to be a full-fledged hurricane. Take it away, Matt.
Green in the air. There we go. Tim again gone, man. That truck just hooks up every time, bro. He is great on the restart. The battle now between Aiden Laney and Coke there.
Whoa.
There's, oh, shoot. What a save. What?
Very good car control
Are
there.
you kidding me?
No. That should
That was
not
a
be.
disaster. He
Yeah.
drifted the whole corner. I mean, and then he went and took it down on the apron, and he held it there. I believe he got onto pit lane. That was incredible driving. I haven't seen anything like that at Bristol in quite some time.
And then on top of that, just after that, wrecking in front of that will bring the caution back out. Jeez almighty. This track has to be absolutely slick as can be.
For a minute there, I thought we were watching a Friday night tandem drift competition out there. I just happened to see him kick the back end out, and I was waiting for him to come back across the racetrack, and he drove that thing through 95% of the corner. That was incredible stuff, but once again, the caution flag out. And guys, the one other part that starts to worry me here is we keep seeing this reoccurrence of yellow flags. That tends to wear the patience down on the driver. The sense of urgency starts to come up inside the cockpit of these race trucks. The urge, just everything, that can help this race sort of break down a little bit. We're starting to see these yellow flags potentially be a factor in dialing up the intensity as this race continues to inch forward. Tim Fielder up 19 positions from the start of this race. He's currently your leader. The Coke Man's at third. He up 2 positions from where he started. Aiden Laney rounds out your top 3 as they currently run right now, Matt.
Yes, sir. And to your point here, believe it or not, guys, our track temp is actually dropping. Track temp now is sitting at 69. So this might be a concrete thing, Matt, because this is a concrete surface, and it is not taking heat.
Concrete does not take heat, and it doesn't retain the heat as well as blacktop, at least as far as I know from my limited racing experience. And not too many tracks on the circuit, as you know, has the concrete like you do at Bristol. Another track that comes to mind, another tough one, Miles the Monster at Dover. So, this way that the concrete takes rubber is different than blacktop. NASCAR recently changed the tire which is why we had some of that great old school Bristol racing we seen a couple of short weeks ago. I'm not sure if that translates over here on the sim side of things, but nonetheless, these two track surfaces react to temp and rubber a lot differently. Could be throwing a monkey wrench at these guys as well, nonetheless.
Yes, sir. We're going to be coming to green before we do here, man. Really quickly, anything coming up on your side of things over at Redline?
Got a lot going on, man. Haven't inked the deals quite yet, so we can't necessarily announce it. But we got some new leagues coming on board. Right now, we're kind of in limbo between seasons. Some of the leagues ending, going to get to restart, just like this race here as that pace truck pulls off, green flag back in the air. And once again, the 7 Machines puts the hammer down, trying to get going. Another great restart out of the 7. That thing is a restart machine right now.
Yes, it is. And you saw the checkup on the outside lane. They stumbled just for a moment. Somehow got it gathered back up. And again, right here is Floyd again under fire from John. That's around 8th and 9th position. Eddie back here. Tim is gone. Aiden Laney, those pressure tires, take a look. Austin talked about it. He's up to 2nd and gets starting to eat into it here. Underneath of him, Nicholas 2x2 off of 2. And Kelshan.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. Just when the racing was getting good in the neighborhood. And how about Herman goes purple right before the caution comes out at a 14.99, so a sub 15-second lap time. And that's the other side of it, though. Once you get some heat in these tires, in the words of Cletus McFarland, you can literally let her rip tater chip around this place. However, caution negates all of that. It's back to I-pacing once again here at Bristol.
Yes, it is, and it's was that Clayton there that got right hooked? It was. Somebody got a right hook here down the front straightaway. Yeet. The 57 gets loose, comes down, right hooks him. Around he goes, backs it in the fence.
Yeah, not where you want to be, especially in the heat of the battle here at Bristol. You know, some of these guys, you know, and again, I don't know a lot about this league as you have the rapport with these drivers, Matt, but you know, some of these guys have done a great job getting up on the wheel here and getting some strong positions gained out there in the scoring pylon. For example, your leader up 19. Then you go back to that 3rd place position. Guy that just threw up the fastest lap, Nicholas Herman. He's up 16 positions from where he started. The gentleman piling in the 28 in that 7th place position. Ty Smith up 7. So you have some of these guys that have done a great job working through traffic and being patient, and they're reaping the rewards right now.
Yeah, they are, and we still need, you bring that point, they're able to make moves, and I think as this track finally, I'm starting to see a little bit of rubber taking. If it grips up, I think we're going to have a multi-group racetrack, guys. I think if we can get some heat going here, rubber gripping up, this is going to be a well of a race.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. I can see that rubber ever so slightly starting to be present on the racetrack, especially if I take a look at this place from the chopper cam. And I think we're going to need green flag at racing to go ahead and really lay that rubber down. But nonetheless, you see a couple guys starting to adventure up there. In fact, who is that there currently? Is that the 51 going up high? The nosebleeds there under pacing, perhaps trying to see how much marbles are up there, debris if that lane's clean. I think the longer we run, we'll see some other individuals start to adventure up there. If they can work that top lane in and it's not bottom lane dominant, that provides for some excellent side-by-side racing.
Yeah, and I think if we got a truck, to your point, Austin, that could do this right now, it would probably be Aiden with the fresher tires. Maybe he can get up there and work that groove in a little bit here. Here we go. Turn 4, truck ready to go. Here we go, coming to green. Tim going to get ready to get on it. Matt, here we go, green in the air. Let's go. Oh, boy. Aiden, nope, not enough. He's just not there yet. That top lane's just not there, Mettler.
He's trying. Now you got 1, 2, 3 trucks up there inside the top 10. They must be listening to the broadcast because they're really starting to adventure up to the high side of the racetrack. The 6, Herman, continues to climb the ladder there through the corner, gets a great run. Look at how much track he gained there on the 51. If it works in 1 and 2, you're going to try it in 3 and 4. Here he comes, Eaton on the bottom, side by side. Backed into the turns 1 and 2 complex. The 6 is going to put the power down, trying to clear him, but he doesn't. The 51 fights back, and it's still a John 4 special through the corner. Now as the 6 gets on by.
And I noticed something. He started dominating that corner. He would go in high, let the truck wash up, and cut it back down. And that tended to work. And that's what got him the momentum to get the second. And caution, no. New, as Cartman would say.
And Herman hits the afterburner and goes a 14.94 that lap.
Was that Jocelyn? Oh, no. No, it wasn't Jocelyn. Somebody made a boo-boo on the bottom, Matt. And that was Eddie. Oh, just lost the back of the truck, gets in the inside barrier, and that one put the yellow out. But I tell you what, I do believe some people felt some things in that run. To your point, Nicholas just absolutely hit the afterburner.
I mean, he was coming through there like he had 150 more horsepower than anyone, especially off the corner. He was just churning and burning right there. So I don't know if he found something. Perhaps he was saving a little, but nonetheless, I mean, he was able to get around Laney, who's been a pretty tough competitor so far this race and almost made it look easy. Now the 6 is going to restart here on the outside when we go back green. Can he possibly challenge the 7 on these restarts? He's been a restart king so far since I've been up here in the booth with you. Perhaps the biggest challenge of the night is about to happen when we go back green out of that number 6 machine.
Yes, sir. And folks, don't forget, I don't know if it's making air, but don't forget tomorrow night, one way or the other, I'll be around it. Sunday night NASCAR goes into New Hampshire for their next playoff round. What will it be like after the Bristol race we just covered? Oh my God, that was interesting. I'll be there one way or the other, Matt. Not sure if I'm broadcasting and driving it, but I'll be there.
You know, I know one thing. Everyone's going to be trying to win that Lobby the Lobster trophy, the most unique trophy out there in NASCAR, if you ask me. A real life lobster. Some of these drivers, they want nothing to do with it. But I know one thing. When I go up there, I'm getting some New England clam chowder.
Yeah,
last time I went there, I never got any. But I think that race is going to be wild. We should see some emotions perhaps play a role in this race, getting back to what you mentioned at Bristol. I don't think everything we've seen there has been laid to rest yet. And it should be a great high-flying, high-octane racing event going all the way, as you know, a 100%er there on Sundays as those lights go out on that pace truck.
Yes, sir. Ready to go. And it's going to be Tim out front, ready to rock into 3 and 4, into 7 to 6, side by side. Let's see what we got here. We're halfway through, boys and girls. 100 down, 100 to go in Bristol. Out of turn number 4, side by side. Tim a stomp on it. He's gone. Nick was trying to stay alongside. Can't do it right now, unfortunately.
Great restart there for the 7 once again. However, did not check out like he did the past couple full of restarts. Here goes the 6 again, climbing up to the nosebleeds, using that diamond line. And look at him rocket off the corner. Clears the 51. Now the big question is, does he go back to the bottom? And he does. And what I was going to say before that last caution flag, Matt, I think you can go up there right now and you can gain some speed, but I think it's going to pay a penalty in the tire department. Those Dr. Feelgoods perhaps prematurely wear out that right front if you consistently run up there. We'll have to see as this race goes, but right now it's Tim Fielder in first, Nicholas Herman up 17 positions in second, and Aiden Haley rounding out your top 3. 3-truck breakaway. Then you got to go back to the Coke Man there in P4. Then Dustin Stevens rounding out your top 5. But look at these top 3 trucks, Matt. They are putting down 3 to 4 tenths faster laps than anyone else right now.
They are, and we got a mess back here. Jimmy loses it, brings the caution out. And a couple more trucks going to come plowing in. But the top 2-3 trucks were gone up to the point this yellow flag flew. Oh, that's a dog whistle. That's a dog wiggle. Truck got free off of 4, never gets back under him, never gets it under control, and by the middle of 1 and 2, unfortunately, finally lost it. Let's see, 83 slides through, and that will bring the caution back out.
Yeah, the jig won there. He just, like you said, he didn't quite fully regain control of that truck, and he was bobbing and weaving with that thing, and not a lot of straightaway time here at Bristol, and unfortunately, that's another win for the racetrack.
Yep, another black mark on the wall, if you will.
Black mark on the wall, perhaps, in his race suit. That definitely was a Code Brown moment, but hey, that's why you have the Tide, right? So you don't stain your eye. Use Tide.
There we go. Oh, that was a good one. So,
Gotta throw a little fun in there when you can.
I'm looking here. Hey guys, we have gained a degree. Nope, no, we didn't. We were up to 71 degree track temp. Nope, no more. Back down to 69 ish. Well, that didn't last long. I was about to get excited for track temp there. Man, I just think if we had just a little bit more track temp, we'd be in good shape.
You know, and I don't know if this is a fixed set league or an open set league. You probably have more insight there as to what I do, being my first time here watching these guys race under the lights in prime time, and these guys are putting on a good show. But, you know, open set configuration, you can kind of adjust for this in the pits, right? If it's a fixed set, you know, and as this track temp continues, it looks like to go the other way, potentially getting closer to 68. That's really, in my opinion, going to make this truck get really loose, especially on entry with all the grip that they're going to have. But then again, I could be wrong. I haven't turned a lap here in the truck in quite some time, but I know this. Less than ideal track temperatures give you colder tire temperatures, and that you have to be ready for. And if you're not, can jump up and bite you as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here once again. Lights out on the pace truck. Got the deck re-racked, restacked. That 6 machine of Nicholas Herman going to see if he can best fielder on this restart.
Here we go. They'll try to get on it again and again. That top lane just not able to go, and we've seen this time and time again on the restart. Tim going to get clear here. There we go. Nicholas behind them. Now down into 3. Nicholas going to try to use that very outside line. That truck does not look stable at all, Matt. He all but bobbled through the center.
It got really sketchy there, but like they said in Days of Thunder, loose is fast and on the verge of out of control. Now clears the 51 Elaney, and now he's starting to put some pressure on the back of Fielder. Knocking at the back door. It's not Nicholas Herman, it's DiGiorno. Like the pizza commercial. However, as soon as I say that, he loses all the ground that he made up in 3 and 4.
And
that 7 machine and caution out of the racetrack. Just as soon as it's getting good up at the front of this thing, that yellow always seems to come back out. It is killing me.
Well, I think there's something to what's happening here tonight. The people at home may think we're talking too much about track temp, tire temp. I do think that's a major issue that we're having. It's just not enough temp right now for these guys to feel comfortable. Because I do know the truck here is, oh, wow, that was a big impact. Holy cow. I mean, I know the truck here is normally free, Matt, but not this free. Not this far.
It seems like these drivers are having to almost tiptoe through the center of these corners at times. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not in the truck. I can't speak for these drivers. Perhaps if, under caution, or, if one of these guys wreck out and we get a chance to talk to them after they exit the infield care center, they would know better than us. But it looks like they're struggling right now with grip through the center of the corner and being able to put the power down further on back in the field. However, if you look at drivers inside, the top 5, top 3, it looks like they got it figured out. So I don't want to say it's a skill issue, but it just looks like some of these guys have it figured out better than some others.
Yeah, and the 8 there got free, overcorrected, got in the wall. And here's something interesting for you. I've got new toys over here. You ready? The bottom of the racetrack is 70 degrees, track temp. Okay. The top is setting at 65 right now. That's interesting. That's a 5-degree difference from the bottom lane to the top lane. That's insane.
Well, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. You know, you get these trucks building some RPM consistently. That's why that bottom groove is warmer, right? Because you have that hot engine. You have those open exhaust pipes. That's going to generate the heat on that bottom lane. But a 5-degree temperature difference, I didn't think it would be that drastic. But nonetheless, there the data is. Well, you know what that tells me? If you don't like what your car is doing on the bottom, or your truck, on the bottom, go try the top lane and vice versa. You should be able to find something that fits your driving style with that type of a diverse and track temperature as this race continues to claw on. And remember, Matt, we're in the back half of this race. If anything, we're going to start turning the intensity meter up sooner than later.
Yeah, and think about it this way. Tim has led 111 laps here tonight. So he has been dominant out front. If he can just keep doing what he needs to do here in the Mammoth number 7 machine, the Wawa machine, the 6 machine up top. Here comes Aiden Laney as well, coming to green. Green flag will fly out of turn number 4. We're back underway in Bristol. And again, Tim.
Green flag in the air, and those glorious V8s come roaring back to life once again here in Thunder Valley. And right back to it, it's the 51 on 6 show, side by side, door to door again. Tim smiling in his rear view mirror, loving that side by side action because that should help him pull away in that 7 machine. And that's also allowing Dustin Stevens, I believe, in the 86 to close in on this battle as well.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cars closing in right now. You see Nicholas right there with Aiden stuck side by side. Here comes Dustin trying to close. Ty back here in a battle of his own. And right now, Tim trying to watch the mirror. But Tim with the oldest tires out of the top 3 trucks. Tim.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
The oldest shoes out there, and he's leading the way right now.
And caution yet again on the racetrack. The 77 pit wall. Lock it down. Oh my gosh.
Hopefully he didn't have any dinner plans.
Well, he wasn't even the cause of the yellow. The wreck happens. He gets by it, loses the truck, and then just about yeeted himself.
I thought it was going to be an up close and personal experience there with the pit 1 barrels, and he stopped just in a nick of time before that commitment code. You push the envelope past that. I mean, that's disastrous when you nail those barrels, especially face first. I know because I've done it a time or two. I'm not afraid to admit it. And that instantaneously, I don't care what you're driving, a truck, Xfinity car, or next gen, Gen 6, Gen 4, disastrous immediately. So, I mean, that was probably the biggest Code Brown moment of the race for the 77. However, no harm, no foul. Grabs the gear, continues to roll. Doesn't appear to be coming down pit lane either as we sort this one out.
And your leader, Tim, to pit road. He'll take tires here. Here's an interesting one. He's going to get back going here and roll back out. But think about this. He went from leading to being scored right now in 11th on fresh tires.
I like it and I don't like it. Obviously, he's probably thinking long ball, big game pitcher here, right? As good as he was on those older tires, probably figures he can come down now, put some new shoes on it. But what I don't like here is the amount of cautions we've been seeing. And starting from around that area of the field right now, he's in the hornet's nest. So he's got to do what he needs to do to get out of the calamity and back towards the front. But Matt, you don't want to put too much aggression, on that side of things either, because that can get you in trouble. And remember, he's going to be on fresh tires. He's going to have to exercise a little bit of patience until they come up to temp.
Yeah, he is. He's going to have to be very, very careful. And keep in mind, for the folks at home, you see that bottom right now, 70 degrees as is, top side 64 now. So again, he's going to have to really, really be careful. Tiptoey careful until them tires get up to 10.
Exactly. Now, on the other side of the coin, how about Brad Wilson? Or excuse me, that is Ty Smith your leader. He's going to get that on the exchange, of course, for guys coming down pit road there. Last down pit road. It has been about 10 to 15 laps since he was last down for service. Let's see what he can do now with some clean air. Restarting here at the point, because it looks like we still have 13 trucks on the lead lap here as we get ready to go back green.
Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Let's see what we got here. Ty going to get clear in the one. Here we go. Brad down in the line. Take a look. Pack 3 wide back here with fresh tires. Here comes those tires, boys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this, Matt. This is scary.
I don't like it either, any more than you do, but the guys with tires have hit the God mode button inside of the race truck, and they have lit it.
And cautions out behind them. Well,
getting a notification here that John Russo may have been involved in that one.
Yeah, John. Ooh, one up, yep, got in the wall, loses it. Around she comes. Oh boy, that was kind of a test run of what we're about to see, by the way, because we saw them tires automatically pick up. Man.
I'll tell you what, I mean, that really started with a single truck spin, and then trying to take evasive action there, actually kind of stepped on his gear shifter there, and then he spun off the wall. They almost had a meeting of the minds. They got really close to making contact with each other. That one there kicked off a little bit further in the back, but this goes right back to what you were saying, Matt.
Yes, it does.
Older tires, and that's the other thing, for the 7, when you're out in front, when you're the HMFIC in charge of the field, you don't have to worry about anything that's going on behind you 9 times out of 10. You just got to worry about yourself staying in front of the competition. Right. Now, once you catch lap traffic, that's a different story. But, that's a lot of the extra things you have to do here at Bristol as a driver. You don't have to worry about. You're just focusing on staying in the lead, hitting your line, and managing your lap times. When you get further in the back, that's a whole new animal. That's a whole new evil you're facing. And hopefully he's able to make it back up here. And unfortunately, Calamity doesn't strike again, but we've been seeing a big-time string of yellow flags here. Right. I'd love to see these guys break the cycle, if you will, and be able to finish this thing out under green flag conditions. With the current conditions here at Bristol, I think it would make for a very exciting run to the green flag for everyone watching at home.
Yeah, I think so, too. And, we've got the possibility of that happening, and I do believe that. These guys are beginning to make adjustments to these trucks, compensate for what's going on. And here's the thing. Here's the problem. You can test all week, right? But you're never going to know exactly what the race lobby is going to be like. Right? So even if you've got to guess, but you don't know.
Practice is good for a couple things. I mean, if it's a racetrack that you're not strong at, just getting the basics down, right? Your braking points, the race line, what the truck is going to do over the course of a tire run. But the one thing it can't do is it can't generate dirty air, and that's what a lot of people forget. Air has become more critical in all series, underneath the NASCAR nameplate. So dirty air is something that you can't simulate when you practice by yourself, and that's one thing that may surprise you when you get into race trim is, my truck's not driving the same as it was all by myself, and that's a new thing you're having to deal with over the course of the race. So you just got to remember that if you put a lot of lap times in, you cannot simulate that dirty air when you're a one-car army out there on the racetrack.
Yes, sir, and we're back underway, and take a look at Jimmy in the 18, and grab the race lead away from Robert here. Quick restart, and back to the race lead. We'll monitor new tires. And no, we won't either, because there's another yellow on the racetrack.
Matt, I apologize there. Somehow I'm 20 seconds behind you again, so I got to make sure that I am staying live with you.
Oh, you're fine, dude. That's weird. iRacing being iRacing, huh?
Yeah, that last update, not the big one, that one they pushed out like midweek, is messing with me a little bit. A couple gremlins here, so I apologize for talking over the restart of that race there, but I'm back live sync with you now.
10-4, and 83 just loses it. And but here's the thing. I'm looking through all these little statistics over here, right? All these little gremlins. And I'm like, there's something that's bound to happen, right? Like, I think if you can get up there and get that rubbered in just a scotch more, it might be a flip that's switch that flips. Because it almost seems all these spins, if you've noticed, are not around the bottom per se. They're about halfway to 3/4 up the racetrack, usually.
I've noticed that as well, and that's something that we've seen, last week as well in a couple other leagues, but that necessarily wasn't in the truck configuration. So I don't want to say it's the truck. It's happening because of the truck, or I know definitively why. But you're right. It's that little bit of a higher line. Remember, this is progressive banking as you go up the racetrack, so that can obviously affect the handling characteristics, and you want to be able to use that line to your advantage. But for whatever reason, the past couple spins have been around that right in the middle of the road, smack dab between the top and the bottom. You're 100% right about that.
And I can tell you, I ran the Bristol 500 last week and won the Bristol 500 last Friday. And I can tell you, in that car, I was committed to the bottom all night.
You're like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, I never could get the car to feel comfortable up top. And keep in mind, every other Bristol race I've ever won was won from the top side. Yep. So something has definitely changed.
I didn't even think it was you driving the car. I said, who did Matt put in the car? Because you were just glued to the bottom of the racetrack. I figured they had a sub in there for you or something, but no, sure enough, it was you. And, that great display of talent on your behalf. I'm going to toot your horn here for a second, because, when you're used to running the top at Bristol for as long as you have, to be able to go to the opposite side of the racetrack all the way down along the ripping that yellow line through the corner like you were, that's tough. And you seem to have it down like you've been doing it, since the day you started on iRacing.
Yeah, I've won multiple races here in multiple configurations, multiple ways of doing it. But I tell you what, as we come to green here tonight, this might not be a Bristol I've seen in a long time. Jimmy gonna get a good restart. Robert back here as well. And everybody gonna dive to the bottom. I'm looking back through the pack for anybody that can make the top side roll, and it may be Dustin maybe trying it. Dustin gonna get up there and go for it now. He'll pull even with Floyd and clear. Man, nice job. Tim.
Still 2x2 side by side there with Coke and Herman.
And don't look now, Tim's got the lead back. Tim able to grab the lead back down the back straightaway as well. So Tim already back out front. We got problems starting too. Here we go. Oh, and there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks.
And the big one is kicked off here at the last Great Coliseum. Multiple trucks involved is Tim Fielder. Dodge, dip, dive, and dodged his way back to the point as explosions, nuclear chaos erupt behind him.
The 98 involved, the 22 involved. It's easier to tell you who wasn't involved at this point.
And how did it all start, Matt?
Somebody got free.
Someone got loose.
Yep. Ooh, that's a wall. Brian
There's some big hits in there.
Yeah, that was not pretty. And if I look back through here, let's see who all's out. Jocelyn out of this one. John out of this one. Tracy out of this one. Man, and what disappointment for Jocelyn. First week came out here, nearly won the race. Second week had a problem. Now the third week, fifth gear, they're going to have to get it all back together at Texas, because these last 2 weeks have not went well for them.
Talking about the 92 there of Jocelyn Belch. And you're right, Matt. Especially when you have success early, you go out there and you almost win a race. Anyone, I don't care who you are. If you're a competitor, you have that. You come into the next race, when you offload at the racetrack, you feel confident, right? Man, I want to go out there and I want to do it again. When those races that follow that high, that high point, if they are just abysmal for you, it can really start to mess with the driver's psyche. And then it goes from, you know what, I got caught up, to maybe I'm just not good enough, or I'm not doing what I'm not good, or I'm missing something from a skill set standpoint. And you got to be careful. Just, a lot of times a racetrack like Bristol, there's a lot of luck that's involved at winning here. I don't want to compare this to Talladega or Daytona, but to be able to miss all of these wrecks that we've had tonight, all the unfortunate mishaps on the racetrack, you do have to have lady luck on your side to a certain degree. And, the 92 just needs to stay positive. Bristol's going to do what Bristol does. Yeah, it stinks. However, as you mentioned, things are bigger and better in Texas. And let's see if he can get it turned around next week at that 1.5-mile high-speed oval.
Yeah, I look for that whole team to kind of turn around coming up next week at Texas. That's more their style from talking to them. But I know what our style is getting ready to be. We're getting ready to go back green at Bristol.
That's right, baby.
Oh, boy. So, again, Tim able to grab the lead back out front. Nicholas Herman there in third. The only real other truck I've seen that's really competitive with him here. Getting ready to go out of turn number 4. Let's see what we got. Coming at you at 143, green in the air. Let's go. Oh, my God.
Back on the loud pedal, back up through the gearbox here one more time at the last great Coliseum. It's all Tim Fielder at the front of this thing.
He is gone yet again. Everybody else going to try to jumble in the line. Jimmy going to be 2x2 with Aiden for second. Laney will take P2.
Laney up to P2 now as they're still battling for that position. Look at Herman trying to sneak in there. Trying to cut underneath that 18 machine. Now they are door to door, side by side through the corner. It's a drag race, a John Force special there across the start-finish line as Laney and Fielder trying to get away. Now the 1 is going to slipstream, check the box. Herman now up to third, shifts the Coke man back outside the top 3.
There we go, and we cross across the stripe here. 55 to go in Bristol. It is go time tonight. Tim trying to put the stamp on this one. Believe it or not, he's led 125 laps here tonight. Pure domination. But don't look now. Here comes Aiden Laney in second.
Aiden Laney last time by ran a 15:14 to a 15:08 by the leader. So
and
just
we got
a little
mess
caution.
Again. Oh boy, the 44. He just got puntarunued. As Jimmy brought
Yeah,
him.
someone
one.
gave him up.
Oh my gosh, the 1 was in trouble. And then again, another incident where they come around and there's nowhere to go. And poor Rajah, because he was inside the top 5 as well. Oh, man.
Yeah, what happened to the 1? It looked like he got used and abused point blank in broad daylight. I mean, we were just talking about him just a minute ago, and now the back of his truck's all knocked in. He's got pug face on the front of this thing. What went wrong?
He just went down in the corner and lost it. The back end came around. Again, he was about halfway up, and oh my goodness. Floyd and bombed. Just so many trucks. It is a parking lot down here on the back straightaway at Bristol, folks. Everybody better be ready for a free sheet metal sale here at the end of this thing. Jesus.
I was going to say, I'm going to stick around. Glad I brought the trailer because I can get some cool race surplus. Some sheet metal. Hey, you want a transfer case, a gearbox? Hopefully no one punches a rod through the block and out the top. But hey, you never know. I've seen stranger things happen at Bristol.
Hey, Matt, since PayPal's been messing with us for about a week, maybe we can do our secondary job at Recycling Center at this point.
If it keeps up like this, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
There's no one out there on the track right now wanting to see this thing go green more than Tim Fielder, because clearly he has an answer for the competition, especially with some newer tires on that truck, because when he's got those new Dr. Feelgoods, he is gone.
Yes, he is gone when he can do it. So,
However, another restart here, another heat cycle on these tires. Does this play into the hand of a guy like piloting the 51, Aiden Laney? Does it help out Nicholas Herman?
I think it does help Aiden, actually. I think. I mean, I just don't see. You're gonna have to get the run early, right? If you're gonna get around Tim, I do believe that.
You're going to have to find a way to beat him at his restart mastery. And this guy is good. He is not going at the same exact point every time we re-rack, restack this deck. It's a mental chess match between these drivers, right? This restart wars, if you want to call them, however you want to coin it. And the 7 has had an answer every time.
Yep.
Eventually, he would think his luck's going to run out. Let's see what happens here as we lose that iRacing.com pace truck.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Let's go. Now 2x2. Aiden stayed with him a little bit there.
That's what I was getting at. It just takes one time. It completely flipped the script. He's going to now look at the crossover. The 7 left the door open. But he was able to just force it down to the bottom and keep his foot in it. Incredible driving by the 7 to do that. The 51 is going to take it up high, going to dive in the corner off, and it's a drag race down the backstretch. It's Fielder, Hanley, and Herman, your top 3.
Laney trying to come up with anything. Dime in the corner. Do what you can. Try to get there because, Matt, I understand it's 45 to go in Bristol. That's not a lot of time. You've got to go.
Under green flag conditions, that's less than 15 seconds a lap right now for everyone inside the top 10. In fact, Fielder just blew the doors off the old fastest lap. He just went a 14.93. That passed time by. Now he has officially hit the afterburner as the caution flag comes out.
Caution flag out, back straightaway. Dustin has a problem. And let's take a look at what happened to Dustin there. Loses a truck again, mid corner, truck bobbles, and gone. Wow.
Did the Waffle House stop by here and dump the bacon grease? Well, we were all sleeping in the RV or what? 'Cause I'm telling you, the middle of this racetrack is treacherous right now.
And I know for a fact we've got a ton of smart people in this league that work on these trucks, right? It's got to be big that there's not an adjustment they can make to fix it.
You know, I almost feel like it's not happening every lap. It could be one of these phantom deals that you get after an iRacing update. Matt, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like
you drive
something weird going on.
Right. You could drive it down to the corner at the exact same speed. The braking, everything's identical. You know, the first time through there, it's perfectly fine. It's stuck. The very next time you come through that portion of the racetrack, you do the exact same thing. And the next thing you know, the back is out to, next week, next Tuesday, and you're staring at the safer barrier on the inside lane faster than you can blink. It's just one of those things that can happen, and I've seen it, after updates. I wonder if that's something these drivers are experiencing right now. It's just a phantom deal where they don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's necessarily something that they can predict because you see the bobble, right? It's like a little wiggle and then the truck will go. Every time it's the same thing that we're seeing. It's not really changing.
Exactly. And since we're under caution here, and I know you and I aren't, from a broadcast standpoint right now, we're doing things a little on a individualized basis, but that allowed me to go back and watch some of these guys through prior laps to when they've had an incident on the racetrack. And I think that's what's going on because these guys, 2 or 3 laps before, truck looked balanced. It looked happy on entry. They weren't sawing at the wheel. And then for whatever reason, that next time they came by there, they all of a sudden lost all the grip and the back end was out to lunch. I think that could be what's going on.
Yeah, I agree with that as we'll double them back up. And again, taking a look at Tim trying to hold off Aiden. Aiden stayed with him last restart. Let's see if Aiden can do it again.
The last thing you want to do is give Aiden a little bit of confidence these restarts, and he just got a ton right there. Let's see if we get an old drag race, an all John Force versus Ashley Force special here on this restart. The 51 almost had it figured out last time. Here we go. Let's go round number 2. The 7 versus 51. Oh, the 7 got him. Playing reindeer games on the restart that time.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer out front in Bristol. He'll dig down the back straightaway. Tim out front. Aiden trying to get with him. Here comes Dasher around the outside. Dancer and Prancer trying to come with them too.
I wasn't trying to make the race a Christmas theme. Look at all the 7. He almost, oh my God.
Oh, wow. He held on to it, but loses the lead. He's struggling. Look at that truck.
Someone
Caution.
scraped me off the floor.
Caution.
I thought that truck was a goner. I looked up and he was pointed straight at the pit wall. I don't know how he saved that thing. What a piece of driving. But Matt, look what you just said. He can't hold on to the thing. That truck's been glued to the racetrack all night. He goes through there once and he almost loses it. Maybe that's the biggest, piece of evidence to help our case we've been making with this fandom sudden looseness thing, because I mean, this guy here, he's been an ace all race long.
Ace in the hole. Man, this is crazy, dude. Cover up lies, conspiracies tonight on Extreme Sim TV. So it's 164 this time by. I'm just not even going to talk about track temp because that still hasn't came up. We're still at 70 degrees.
I'm not even looking at the track temp anymore because that's just going to make me even more aggravated when I'm, trying to figure this one out. But now look at this. Because of that, the one miscue that the 7 has had virtually all night, at least from, my perspective, that's allowed Aiden now to get by him. Now you got the 51 as a control vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Tim,
so this
don't forget, that's your pole sitter that just got the lead back.
Yeah, I mean, what a night. I mean, think about the night that he's had. It's just insanity.
It's over. Matt, you got to go back with me and look at this truck and freeze frame it when he is out of shape, because I thought that was going to be unrecoverable. I didn't think he was going to be able to pull a Houdini like that and save that truck. That was a magnificent piece of driving out of the 7.
That was wild. Oh, man, we're going to have to download to save this replay that just so we've got the data file from this replay. Because I want to throw the data into my some of my stuff I use to build setups and just look at some of the track temp changes, because this is going to be wild to look at.
I don't know if the 7 maybe gave it a little too much hot sauce there, but I doubt it, though. I don't think that's what happened. It's just odd to see that happen to him all of a sudden. Look very similar to what we've seen with happening in the back half of the field as those lights do go out on the pace truck. Make sure Grandma's strapped in. She's got plenty of kernel-free popcorn as it's to get once again at Bristol.
Here we go. It's going to be Aiden. It's going to be Tim. Ready to go. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. Who's it going to be? Somebody give me some kernel popcorn here. Ready to go. Out of turn number 4. Lights off on the pace car. It's Aiden. It's Tim. Let's get boogieing with it. On to the restart.
Can you do that? He changed lines before the start-finish line.
It's going to be FD. Oh, boy.
The 51 came up to the second lane there before he crossed the start-finish line. But again, I don't know if that's a rule in this league or not. But how about the 7? All of a sudden, he is fading. He is losing. He is fading quick. He is now under duress from Nicholas Herman. They are side by side for second place. Look how quickly things have transformed and changed here at Bristol in the past 5 minutes. Now the 7 clears him back.
This is like Go-Go Gadget fast race truck. As you see Aiden, as you see Tim, as you see Nicholas, your top 3. Go-Go Gadget Oil Slick off of turn number 4. 30 laps to go here. Can Aiden, can Tim, and can Nicholas hold on?
Less than 15 miles to settle this one out. It's a 3-truck breakaway at the front. Then you got to go back almost a second till you find Jimmy in the 18, who's on no man's island. He has basically a gap from him to next week in front of him and about 0.3 of a second behind him. I mean, he continues to run out there all by himself. Then you got the 1 all over. That Texas Roadhouse machine as the yellow flag reigns again here. We're going to have to slow it down as the 3-truck breakaway was happening at the front of this piece.
And meanwhile, we had a 3-truck tangle of a different kind off of turn number 2. That was going to be Russell back here, gets into the left rear quarter panel of that 86 machine, turns him around, and then other people kind of just pile in, and that will bring the caution back out. Dustin probably not going to be too thrilled about that one.
Definitely not, and I can't blame him for a 1-2 whack-a-mole situation there.
So the bash.
But again, it's... Go ahead.
The race was named a bash at Bristol. It's been a bash, all right. Just, not the good type of bash.
Oh, hold on. Grandma's choking on a piece of popcorn.
Yep. There it is.
That's why I told you get the Colonel free.
Yeah, well, didn't you learn not to send me to the store yet?
Now, your Pat's Blue Ribbon's right there, Grandma. Get strapped back in. We're about ready to go.
174.
All right, I'm back, buddy.
174. What's up, Austin? Oh, my God. Aiden right there as well. Oh. Big Bird. We should really call
Yes, sir.
races together more often than we get to.
It's always a blast when we get the opportunity to do so. I agree with you 100%. I'm still scratching my head here at the front of this thing.
Yeah,
I didn't think anyone had an answer for the 7, and all of a sudden, it's like the black voodoo cloud erupts over top of him on the racetrack, almost kills him on the racetrack, and now he seems to have lost 2 to 3 tenths of a lap out there on the racetrack in the matter of minutes.
Yeah, the truck's definitely not what it was.
I'm not sure if it's all the restarts, all the cycling, as we're ready to go back to green here, but I'm going to keep my eye on the 7 as the 51 is going to be large and in charge here on this restart.
Yeah, he will be. Now, can that 7, to your point, Match, get back in front and get that track position back?
That's the thing, and he's been so good on these restarts, but then again, remember, all those restarts, he was on the bottom. Now you flip-flop him around.
Oh,
Can he have the same success? Has the 51 figured out the sauce to these restart games here at Bristol? We're about to find out.
Green flag back in the air, and there we go. Aiden going to get back out in front of the 7 yet again. Oh, look at that. Nicholas going to pinch the 7 up a little bit here. Tim can't get back to the bottom where he wants to be here.
Right, he's going to have to, and that 6 knows it, and he is fighting him tooth and nail. Get Skinny Boys, the 7. Door checks the high side of the racetrack, and the 51 is glued to the bottom. Little boot scoot boogie through there. He is trying to get going, and they're still gridlocked behind him, side by side, door to door. Look at the 7 getting a little loose there on the high side of the racetrack. He is really up on the wheel.
He is really trying to use that high side. We know that temp is not there, folks. Let's see. He's finally clear. Does he have time to track back down Aiden?
He almost lost it coming back down to the bottom lane. Caution once again. Are you serious right now?
Yes, we are definitely serious. We got a car around. And there we go. Daggone, that was going to be a battle. Oh, Dustin. Oh, good grief.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, my word. Get the whirly bird in the air and take this man to a medical center. Jesus Christ. Overcorrection. Head on into the outside wall, and it gets absolutely plowed.
He got smoked after a head-on up-and-close encounter with the safer barrier.
Man.
It doesn't get much worse than that.
So is that an up-close encounter with the concrete kind? See what I did there?
It's exactly what it was. He's going to be picking the teeth up out of the cockpit for the next month.
Oh, God. Well,
That wasn't bad enough. Then he just takes a race car to the face after it.
I mean, what in the world? Holy 20 to go. What else are we going to see? Aliens going to start landing on the back straightaway?
Well, we haven't seen anyone go space shuttle status yet, and I don't know if that's possible at Bristol.
We- that's a if around and find out situation.
Anything is possible. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh man. So to
Well,
be
now it is officially go time, Matt. That's what I know.
well, it's been go time for about the last 20 laps.
Well,
But you know,
I look at it this way. At least this is how my mind works. Yeah, the intensity has picked up, but all these restarts, when you re-rack and restack everyone on top of each other, everyone that's on the lead lap, all of a sudden now it feels like they have another shot at it. They're re-energized. So what does that do? It makes you drive harder. So every time we re-rack these trucks out here, it kicks the intensity way back up.
yep, every time we re-rack them, we stack them and give them a new deck of cards, if you will, with 18 to go. I went a little bit dusty roads there for a minute. Jeez almighty. All right, 18 to go. Let's see what we get here. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Aiden? Is it going to be Tim out front here at the end of this one? Smash and grab down the back straightaway here. I am not sure who I would pick in this scenario. Oh boy.
Honestly, think anyone inside this top three can win this race, depending on what happens, how it transpires, how it goes.
Here we go. It's Aiden out front. Green flag in the air. Good restart. 17 to go. Oh, feet don't fail me now. If you're Aiden trying to get away, Tim there as well. Here comes the Wawa machine right there behind him. That's Nicholas Herman. The Herman going to be all over him. Aiden clear right now with 16 to go next time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, googly my moogly. Googly me Batman. 15 to go. And yes, I just said that. Googly me Batman. Where did that come from? Mettler, I'm going off the rails here.
A crazy train, apparently.
Right? Tim there behind him trying to close. Just 14 more trips around Bristol Motor Speedway. Can
Matt,
Aiden...
I know we're...
Go ahead.
My...
The dog's right. Nope, you're not getting a word in. 13 to go. The dog trying to let us know what he thinks, and he thinks right now it's going to be Tim all over the rear bumper of Aiden. Tim is there. 12 laps to go in Thunder Valley. Oh my gosh, Tim and Aiden digging down the back straightaway. Tim has led 140 laps here tonight. Can he break out the broom? 11 to go. Aiden, look at Aiden. Aiden gonna do the potpourri dance right now out front. Coming to 10 laps to go. He's got Tim and lap traffic down low as well. 10 to go. We're down to the final 10, boys and girls. Last time by 40 something lap time wise. Nice job crossing through. Oh my gosh, this is concerning. 9 laps to go. Who is going to get there? This has been a wild run here tonight. Now 8 to go. Tim not able to get close enough. Right now at least. Oh my gosh, Aiden. He is going to make that truck wide, Matt. Very wide. Tim, Nicholas. Right now with Aiden behind it. Behind the wheel just digging. Tim now within a couple of truck lengths here. 6 laps to go. Thunder Valley here tonight. Aiden continuing to dominate out front. 5 to go. 5 laps to go right to the bottom of the racetrack. Aiden Laney trying to Laney himself on through. 4 to go this time. 4 laps to go. Aiden Laney continuing to lead. 4 laps to go. Here comes Tim trying to close. Tim a couple of truck lengths back. He's trying to rub the magic cord together to get there. 3 to go. Tim Fiddler right there on the bottom. He'll dig, dig, dig. Down the back straightaway, coming to 2 laps to go. Tim, Aiden, 2 to go this time. Tim trying to hang on. Aiden trying to hold him back there. Aiden just wants to see the white flag. Tim within a truck length here. 1 lap to go. Into turns 1 and 2. Tim's going to have to really get a run off of 2 here. Aiden out of shape. Lap traffic. 1 to go. Here comes Tim. Aiden off of 4. They'll come through. Checkered flag. Aiden going to hang on. What a run by Aiden. Through lap traffic to get it done here tonight. Aiden Laney. Victory lane in the Bristol Bash 200. How about those dominoes? Wow. Damn. Aiden frickin' Laney. Aiden Laney, you got a copy.
10-4, brother.
How about that, man? Victory lane here tonight.
Yes,
You
sir.
got it done when it mattered.
Yeah, I definitely did not have the fastest car tonight. Lost a little bit of talent there and spun it by myself, but got back up there and just took advantage of the opportunities. Passed the leader on the outside, and the lead's just so important here because there's so many cautions and stuff. So just glad I could hold on those last 20, 15 laps, and glad we got a green finish.
There we go, man. Well, congratulations on victory lane here tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, man. That was an awesome run.
Thank you.
All right, Laney coming home. Tim coming home second. Tim, you got me.
I got you, Matt.
Right, man. What do you do here? Tim up to second here tonight.
Yeah, finally a good finish. I didn't make too many mistakes tonight. Just one big one coming off 2, got sideways, and that's what gave Laney the opportunity to get by there. And wish we could have had some more green flag runs because I was definitely better equipped for long green flag runs, and we didn't really get those tonight.
Right. I mean, unfortunately, I think you had 140 laps of this race, and it just came up a little bit shy.
It did. Like I said, I'll take a good points finish. Like I said, I seem to always do something to take myself out of the race, but at least this time I was fighting for the win. So Laney did a hell of a job there, doing everything he needed to do and holding me off. It's just fast enough.
There you go, man. Well, Tim, congrats on that 140 some odd laps led as well.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
All righty, man. Nice work, Tim.
Thank you.
All right, Nicholas, what's up, buddy?
How are you doing?
Well, man, top 3 for you, sir, in the Wawa machine.
Yep. Really
What-
like this track here.
Yeah, you think you could have done anything different, or was that pretty much all she had?
Pretty much all she had. I mean, I tried with the tires earlier in the race, and I still couldn't pass them.
Well, man, nevertheless, it was a heck of a battle you put together.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Very much fun.
Well, congrats, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All righty, man. We'll see you next week, buddy. All right, there we have it. Everybody done here tonight. Laney with the win. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you guys next time.